Sushmita, can we begin?
Yes, ma'am, we can begin.
A very good morning, everyone, and rather a beautiful Sunday morning. I'm glad that you all are here to upskill yourself to understand how artificial intelligence can be used in school curriculum and what are its benefits, and how, as educators, we can make the most of it so that we can enhance creativity, productivity, and engagement in our classroom. So, as educators, the whole purpose of we teachers is to ensure that the learning outcomes are increased for our learners. At the same time, we don't want to make the system so complex. And so at the end of the day, things should be simplified for we educators also. Plus, our main motive of enhancing learning outcome for our learners, that should also be met. So AI has a huge role to play in that charter. And to endorse that, NEP has also recommended artificial intelligence to be included in the school curriculum as early as right from grade 6. They have also made provision for a subject AI for children, those who want to take it in 9, 10. On the website we have teacher manual available, student handbook, practice book, project book, AI books available for grade 9, 10, and for teachers to include AI into school curriculum. So far these are recommendations from NEP, but very soon when the pandemic period is over and when these bodies rest assured that teachers and school management is in a comfortable state to take this forward, these recommendations are definitely going to be converted into mandate. So very soon it will come as a mandate to us. Why not keep ourselves ready with what is going to come and what we have to use. It's not that something has to be imposed on us, that's why we will learn it, but it's a beautiful charter. Once you will understand how AI is a helpful friend in the classroom, you would like to do it yourself. So I'll show you some glimpses, and I want to make this session very, very interactive. That's why I would start with some of the activities for you to reflect, and from there we will build on. So I'll just share my screen and share my presentation with you. And first, I would like to start with an activity. So what comes to your mind when you first think of AI? What are the first few thoughts that comes to your mind when you think of AI? So I'm giving you this Padlet link in the chat window, and I would want you all to pour your answers and let me know that what are a few things that comes to your mind when you think of AI. So I would just wait for your responses. Please click on the Padlet link and then start to put on your answers there. If you have any difficulty putting in your answers in Padlet, you can also put the answer in the chat window also. That is also absolutely fine. So I'm just going to open Padlet and see what are the responses that are coming up. So people says it's need of our cognitive thinking, robotics, Alexa, doing extraordinary stuff. It's computer generated, intelligent machines. All are very, very valid answers. It's a substitution of human intelligence incorporated in machine. Definitely. Machines can take decision, right? Sometimes human can depend on and helping them in their hard work. So definitely artificial intelligence, if you see, it's most of the available definition, and the easiest one to adopt is it is the ability of the machines to mimic human behavior. So it tries to copy human behavior. We make machines that much capable that they can copy our behavior, but definitely humans are the best creations of God. So machines in no way can actually replace us. but we can give them certain powers through complex algorithms or by programming them so that they can do certain tasks like we humans do. And in the course of this session, you would see what are some of the tasks which machines are already doing for us. So these are some of the beautiful answers that I see on the screen. So let's move on from here and ponder upon one more thing. So what are the things that computers can do better than human? Anything that comes to your mind? What are the things that computers can do better than humans? You can put your answers in the chat window. What are the things computation like? Perfect. Computers can do better than humans. Saving time, communication, calculation, storage. Perfect. Looks like all are computer teachers and you know the features of machines. So memory, better memory, storage, mass data processing, calculation, computation, speed, repetition. Yes, they don't get bored of repetition. We humans get bored of repetition. They are very versatile. Thank you for those lovely answers. Diligence, tedious. Okay. So on my next screen, just ponder upon this. They are accurate, error-free, agreed, 100% agreed. If at times they would do error, that's because of human. If we give in wrong data, then the output would be wrong. That's why we say they are gigo machine, garbage in, garbage out. Now, what are some of the things that humans can do better than computers? A few things which humans can do better than computers. If you can now put responses for that, creative, definitely we are very, very creative. Lovely answer, Salpaji. Decision making, agreed. Piali ji says feeling for human, ability to think, imagination. Tanushri ji, bilkul, absolutely correct. Emotions, perfect. Understanding the situation, creativity, helping hand, empathy, cognitive thinking. Lovely answers. Perfect planning, great. Sensitivity, personal relations, agreed. So I think you all are trying to understand what we are trying to hint. Now, have a look at this. Do you remember this? What is this? What is this picture symbolizes to you? Can you recall? Have you read this comic? What is this? Anybody of my generation who read this? I look young, but I'm very old. Let me tell you. Chacha Chaudhary and Sabu. Great. Which comics it is? Chacha Chaudhary and Sabu. Can someone remember the name of the comic? Which comic series was it? So if you recall, this is Diamond Comics, right? We all read these comics when we were young. So if you are in your 40s, like I am, so I can recall when I was in grade 6, 7, 8, I used to get these magazines on rent and these comics and would love to read them. Here, the concept which was shown then is very well replicated into AI concept. Sabu was a man with immense physical power, but he had no brain actually. So he would make disasters out of his power if he was not well guided by Chacha Chaudhary. When Chacha Chaudhary was around and he would guide him that this way you should utilize your power, then only he would do wonders. So everybody would appreciate him. But when he was without Chacha Chaudhary and he would use his power, he would always do disasters. He will, destroy some property or he will do something wrong. So that's how this picture very well symbolizes how AI is without humans. So if AI is not guided well by human, if the algorithms are not well derived by humans, then they are just the dump machines. They are nothing. So if you consider Sabu as a dump giant who was guided by wise and smart Chacha Chaudhary, same way your AI is artificial intelligence is also a dump machine if Chacha Chaudhary intelligent people like humans will not give it the capabilities to perform certain tasks. Right. So I hope we are on the same page and you are going to give us, you are with me and understanding how AI is helpful So while we are, so I would repeat this definition which is up on my screen. It says artificial intelligence is an ability of the system, software, and machines to have a human kind of thinking and ability to take actions accordingly. अब हम कहते हैं कि AI is going to replace, jobs, but I don't agree to this, because without we humans, nobody can enhance AI. So if AI has to take our jobs, it means AI has to continuously evolve. And who will evolve them? Humans will evolve them. So it means the kind of skills required to do job is going to change. Not the jobs are going to be less. There is a study which says by 2025 there will be 30% more jobs. But if you see what kind of jobs they will be AI architect, AI researchers, data analyst, data quality assurance manager, AI manager, AI engineer. So the job set is changing. If in a warehouse, or there were 40 workers who would lift up the cartons and keep them from one place to another, now there are self-driving machines who come, who pick up the stuff, and they keep it, and there are just 3 workers to supervise. So 37 workers have lost their job over there. But the point is, those 37 workers, now there are vacancies. They need people who can feed in data for AI. They need people who can do quality check for the data. They need people who can design AIs. So there are 200 vacancies. 37 have lost the job there. So job market is not down. It's just that the skill set which was required earlier and which is required now is changing. So that's why, especially in our country like India, where we have less population who is so well educated, we need to think very seriously about it. Now, we as teachers, we will not understand these issues. How are we going to talk to our children about it? So, this particular course module for which we are having orientation today is an eye opener for you. It tells you what AI is already doing, how AI is, we are already surrounded by AI, and what it has to offer to we as teachers. So everybody says that it's just beginning and AI is in its infancy stage, in its beginning stage. But do you already know that we are surrounded by so much AI? I have my 13-year-old son who puts alarm, who says, Alexa, wake me up at 6 o'clock. And then Alexa will wake him up. In order to open his eyes, he would say, Alexa, can you play this song for me, so that he doesn't feel sleepy while he is sitting for his work. I have my elder son who puts up alarms to Google Assistant and makes his to-do list. So we are so much dependent, already so much dependent on these AIs. You have those smart, AI enabled geysers now, ACs who sense the temperature and modify their settings automatically. So we are already so much surrounded by AI. The simplest example is, you see AI in your mailbox. So you have spam detection in your mail. Some mails automatically go into spam. You have bifurcation of emails as primary, updates, and then promotions. So we have nowadays smart compose and reply feature. You get prompted to respond to email or unsubscribe from them. While we start to write a mail, some predicted text already come. Auto reply detection also comes. So I'll just show you. Somebody texted me something on LinkedIn 3-4 days before, and I just read this message. I was maybe busy and I did not reply that. So this morning I got a notification. I'll just show you that quickly. So nowadays, each and every platform. So if suppose I show you that message facility, where did it go? Message. So it was telling me that, so received 4 days ago reply. Can you see this? Which is up on my screen. Let me just highlight this. So this is here. It says received 4 days ago reply. So it gives a bad impression that you have read a message and you are not replying. So these are ethics. So AI is helping you with all that also. And there is so much AI already into as I was showing you in the presentation. So there is so much AI with which we are automatically already surrounded by. If we as teachers, now it says that, let me clear the annotations. It says that when you are, drafting your mail and you say that I'm attaching a document to this mail and please have a look. If 1% you forget to attach, your AI is going to tell you, so you don't have to do anything now. If you forget, so it says that it seems you forgot to attach. You wrote I am attaching, but there is no attachment. So these kind of AI, enabled features are already there that we are using. Now see this example of Amazon, where in this concept, it is called as anticipatory shipping. So we all do purchasing and sales from Amazon, but Amazon uses strong AIs which, based on our trends and customer reviews and shopping pattern, automatically predicts its stock requirement and fill up its stock and start to send things from one warehouse to another. So that's a beautiful example of AI. And in Amazon, 38% of sales have been increased in last 2 years, that because of AI. And their warehouse is completely humanless. So, these are some of the examples. But the important thing is, if we teachers will not be aware of what this particular concept has to do to impact our life, how are we going to ourselves be equipped with the skills that we need to make our children future ready? And how are we going to guide them? That's the whole purpose of we being us in the education. Now you know that whenever you open any website, you leave a digital footprint on that website. So हम कहते हैं ना कि हम इंसान we wherever we go offline, when we communicate with people, so we leave an impact. Similarly, in the online world also, wherever you visit, whether it's a small website or a social media platform or anything, you leave your digital footprints. And whatever things you like, you dislike, you search based on your interest, the AI are so strong that they make you show those apps related to your feeds, your all the advertisements that you see, they are based on your footprints. So you have to be very mindful what kind of data. So I'll just give you an example. Nowadays, when I open my Instagram, I don't feel like opening it because I don't see any quality content other than dresses and some weight loss program. And why is it so? Because last year it was my sister's wedding, so I thought of searching some dress designs and some strategies to reduce the weight quickly. So I did frequent search on different platforms. Now wherever I go, my feed is like that. Those AIs are showing me content only related to dresses and only related to weight loss program. I'm fed up of all that. I can't erase that digital footprint until unless I would do extensive research on some new topic. My feeds are not going to go improved because their AI has guessed that based on my digital footprint, this is what interests me. And they have, this is called reinforced AI concept. So their AI learn by human interaction. So all these things, if you will not understand, how are you going to make your kids understand that? That's very vital that we as teachers should know about all this. Second thing, like I was showing you, that AI is now used in almost every feature, every domain of our work. So for example, at Amazon, they are using AI to see the social distancing between the people. They are using it for different purposes, for logistics and for checking. Now see this Amazon warehouse, there is no human. It's absolutely human free. There are machines, robots, and the stuff is being kept into right shelves. They're everything at their office is absolutely human free. Anticipatory shopping that I was talking to you. And this is again a beautiful ad. I will show you, in the interest of time, I'll show you some more things which are relevant for, okay, let's watch it for a while. Then I'll draw some inferences from here for you.
4 years ago, we started to wonder, what would shopping look like if you could walk into a store, grab what you want, and just go? What if we could weave the most advanced machine learning, computer vision, and AI into the very fabric of a store so you never have to wait in line? No lines, no checkouts, no registers. Welcome to Amazon Go. Use the Amazon Go app to enter. Then put away your phone and start shopping. It's really that simple. Take whatever you like. Anything you pick up is automatically added to your virtual cart. If you change your mind about that cupcake, just put it back. Our technology will update your virtual cart automatically. So how does it work? We used computer vision, deep learning algorithms, and sensor fusion, much like you'd find in self-driving cars. We call it Just Walk Out technology. Once you've got everything you want, you can just go. When you leave, our Just Walk Out technology adds up your virtual cart and charges your Amazon account. Your receipt is sent straight to the app, and you can keep going. Amazon Go. No lines, no checkout, no.
So teachers, it is about, so AI has basically three powers. When a machine is AI enabled, can somebody tell, are you aware of those three powers? Are you aware of those three powers which are being given to a computer when it is AI enabled? Any three powers that makes a machine? So what are those three powers? Can you put those three powers in the chat window? Reshma ji, CV means computer vision, data. Yes, absolutely right. Fantastic. What is the third power? You have mentioned two, three, NLP. So a huge round for Reshma ji. That's absolutely right. Computer vision, data, and natural language processing. So natural language processing, let me give you an example. For example, I dictate to a computer. If you have used Google Translator, so it converts from one language to another. To convert from one language to another, should be able to understand that language. Similarly, when I dictate and computer does typing for me, let me show you. Let me open Microsoft Word. If I'll dictate something, the computer can type it for me, and later on I can translate it to other language also. So all these powers of computers are due to ability of computers to understand natural languages. Let's say I am dictating here. Please take a dictation. So let me just click. Tomorrow morning. Okay, wait. I need to change my languages. So see here, it has to be spoken language. I had done it Hindi. Okay, let me first show you with Hindi. आज की सभा में आप सबका स्वागत है. हम जानने की कोशिश करेंगे कि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस के माध्यम से हम विद्यार्थियों को किस प्रकार अच्छे से पढ़ा सकते हैं. Believe you me, my husband earlier used to had a babu who would, take Hindi dictation for him, and he would make plenty of spelling mistakes, and then he would correct it, and then the chap would retype. Those days there were typewriters, and he will bring the letter once again. With this particular tool, Dictate, he is actually not dependent on anyone. He drafts Hindi English letters for government offices and all, and he says that the accuracy of spelling here is more than 98%. He's so happy with this AI enabled features, which is the NLP power. You keep dictating, you have multiple languages. If people in the room have different mother tongue, you have the options of many Indian languages as well. See, Gujarati is here, Punjabi is there that I have seen for my mother tongue, Marathi is there, Korean is there. Then, you have many languages. So you can check what language suits you. For French teachers, it's a blessing. French teachers and German teachers, Japanese, the third language teachers in school keep saying, we don't have much content on the internet to make unseen passages or to make case studies. Now you can dictate and it will be quickly typed for you. Even using Google Translator, you take an unseen passage in English and convert it into French, and your life is sorted. You have it in a minute. You just need to have those right tools in your computer. So this dictate feature is, or Google Translator is NLP, what ma'am was saying, the three powers of computer. Now I'll show you for, an best example of computer vision. Second power of computer is computer vision. Is there anyone who can tell one power of computer vision? Where have you seen computer vision? Any one application? Computer vision is also an AI enabled power given to machines. So can someone tell me what is an application of computer vision? Self-driving cars, excellent. Auto draw, face detection, your phone opens with yes. Google Lens, image search, that's beautiful. Definitely. So I must say I have an intelligent audience in the room. So for example, if you have seen that while we do Google searches, we have an option of image search also. So when you search images, you can upload an image also, or you can, so for example, if I say search by image and I upload an image, let me upload an image from my computer and let me give my image. And let me see if it is able to find some of my images on the internet. So unfortunately ये सब मेरे से मिलते हुए हैं, but these are none of me. Okay, but it has found my Twitter account. So this is an ability of machines too. So this is on my Twitter. So that's a right search. So definitely, and this is also my image. This is also my image. So yes, it could search a few of my images as well. So that's the ability of machines to see images, perceive images, understand images. Now, the best example of image is, have you ever tried to convert for teachers? What could be the benefit? Have you ever tried to convert a hard copy into a soft copy? I want an answer from the audience. As teacher, do you have this need of conversion of hard copy into soft copy? कभी आपको जरूरत पड़ी है हार्ड कॉपी से सॉफ्ट कॉपी कन्वर्ट करने के लिए?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Have you ever done it? Have you ever done it?
Yes.
How did you do that?
Converter, ma'am. By switching only one app is there, WPS. There also one kind of.
Yeah. So somebody is saying Google Lens, somebody is saying Adobe Scan, somebody is saying convert, take a picture, convert it into PDF, and then convert PDF, scan the page. Yes. So if I'll tell you some more easy way to do that. So if you take a picture and you directly, suppose you have a newspaper cutting. Now, if you take that in OneNote or Microsoft Word and you paste that image, okay, let me just see if I can quickly show you one example. So for example, I say newspaper article. So let me just write newspaper articles only. If I get some images which are actually okay. So this is little, okay, let me try to take this much only. Suppose you have this image and suppose I now bring it to OneNote and I paste this. This is an image. I want text out of this image. So just 1 minute. So there is an option. I think this does not have recognizable text. There is an option copy text from image, which is an AI enabled feature. Maybe I think I have to try with some other text. So if you have that copy text from image, which is there in Google Lens also, the similar option is there in Microsoft Word also and in OneNote also. You can copy text from images. So that feature is also your ability of the computer vision. So this is true. This image, it is not happening. I should have an image which has some good data, but I'm sure you people have understood what I'm going to hint at. The third power is data. Have you heard of Akinator? Have you heard of the Akinator game? Is there anyone in the room who has heard of what is Akinator? So a few people knows about Akinator. Yes, Salpa ji, Priyanka ji, Arunima. As a teacher, during my class teacher time, I have played this game multiple times, and especially to my students who are, computer science teachers, students, to them, when I teach AI, I definitely play AI, and then I ask them to build their own Akinator. And how do they do that? once you will do our course with us, every subject teacher can, learn AI Akinator in their, can use Akinator in their course. We have done this in past. I'll just give you one example. So in the interest of those who have not seen this AI, so this is an example of data. So this AI works on data. Now imagine, this is a game. So you have to guess a character, object, and animal. So when you play it first time with your students, you can have your laptop with you, and you can, say that, children, I am going to do a guess game. Aap udhar baith jao. You think something, I will try to guess it with you. And don't tell them that you are using this AI. Now, for example, if you do a guess game for character, or maybe for animals, whatever you would like to do. Now, if let's say I'm thinking in my mind about Salman Khan, but I have not told this to AI. So it's asking, is your character from a popular movie? I say yes. Is your character Muslim? Yes. Does your character have kids? So suppose I say no. Is your character linked with the video? I don't know. Does your character have trouble with the law? Yes, he had once trouble with the law. Is your character from Amazing World of Gumball? I don't know. So is your character work for CIA? I don't know. Is your character associated with an apple? Don't know. Is your character in the drama Moon Lovers? I don't know. Is your character, you think of Salman Khan. So it guessed it right. Now there is no rocket science. So you have to tell children, this is the data power of AI. Now suppose I take this character one and animal one, and if I were you and I was to teach AI and power of data to my students, it says that it's asking, has your animal got 4 legs? So suppose I say no. And now if in the backend, now see this, one of my students make the software in Python also. So how do I teach them to make their own Akinator? So I'm just showing you an example. So if the AI guess the animal in 20 questions, right? So when I taught them, I said that, look how it is working in the backend. Every time it is using sorting and filtering techniques. So you have to make a database which you need to filter at every answer. Now suppose here, the first question is, the first question was, does your animal have 4 legs? Now suppose in this database, there were 5,000 records. The first question, is your animal a pet animal? Suppose somebody says yes. Now all the non-pet animals are out. So if I had 5,000 animal in my database, and out of 5,000, only 100 were pets. So my database is shrinked with the first answer itself. Now the second question, does your animal have a long tail? Now suppose I say yes. Now again, pets with no long tail are automatically out. So my database is further shrinked in or reduced. Does your animal live in a den? Now suppose I say no. So there's some pets who, if they were into den, they are out. Is your animal a farm animal? Now suppose I say no. Now see, I am left with the answer. So backend is the same thing is happening exactly when with each of your question, jo itna bada huge database of 10,000 records, it's getting shrinked with every answer. Now if suppose somebody is a chemistry teacher, so chemistry teacher do this game and say, now I am giving one metal to each of you, or one non-metal or one noble gas. You make an Akinator and play it with the class. So the children will have their own question and answers. So for example, if it's sulfur, so the child will ask 5 questions in such a way that, does your animal catch fire when it is, brought near, or when it is mixed with HCl, what color it colors, shows red color, yes or no. So it would ask, another child would ask 5-6 questions, and the next child should be able to guess it. Similarly, bio teachers can ask children to make an animator to guess the shrubs and herbs. So you take any subject. Last year when we did teachers workshop on AI, for which you are attending the orientation, every subject teacher could make their Akinator and play it with the partner teacher of their own subject. When you do these kind of activities in class, it actually excites students. So AI has a lot to offer to we teachers. So you can, leverage. Now, let me show you one AI, which is very beautiful for English teacher or even for class teacher. And as a parent, I always tell my son, whenever you're free and playing computer games, play this game. It will increase your vocabulary. So this is Semantics by Google. So I'm just giving you this glad to know, Priyanka ji, you did that in your class. So we always have some best practices which we can share. So for example, if I play this game, Play Arcade, so it has two models. So now it says that the instruction are type the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of a doctor. So when I think of a doctor, the first thing that comes to my mind is, so I have just 1 minute, I have to type that. So suppose I'm writing medicine. So it means I have typed something correct. So doctor has come below the safety line. So it says your word, the word most associated with medicine. So if I did it right, so all the words associated with medicine are now out. I scored 55 points. Now my second question is, try to get Halloween below the line. Now I have to get, if I type a correct word related to Halloween come to the at the bottom. Now suppose for Halloween I write scary characters or festival. Maybe let's a festival I write. So all the words matching that has gone. So it actually increases the creative thinking, and then the vocabulary. For example, let's do just one last. For sports, I write fitness. You have to see the word that you type should take all these, most of the words out here. Like abhi kya hoga, sirf shoe jayega. We have to see jo word hum type kar rahe hain. Like for example, shoe bhi bach gaya, usme se maximum should match. Our agenda is to clear. So for example, if it's paper and I write, let's say scissors. So that's how your point would increase. Another game here was, there were two type of games. So another was block game. So it's not only a boon for English teachers, but this kind of AI is a boon for even parents, for class teachers. In an online class, if you want to give them a break, it says try something, type something related to the, koi bhi word we have to type here, and all the words matching that would go. So for example, there is table, and suppose if I type chair, so anything that matches chair would go. Let's see if the AI understand which block you are talking about. Now see, AI understood there is a match of table with chair. So it guessed right. That block and others connected by the same color are connected into points. So it was a blue block. So all the green blocks are out and they're converted into points. Now it's asking you write any word related to all these. So suppose I write sounds related. So suppose I write music. So it gets these two words. So these are beautiful games which you can do with your class. Now, see this power of AI also, because you all are teachers. Let me just show you one beautiful power of AI. I'm not sure whether you have observed it earlier or not. So I have opened Edge browser on my computer, and I'm going to open this chapter on photosynthesis. This is by Byju's, just a random example. So does this website gives you a feeling as if you can give this as a reference to your students to read something from here, or it's very cluttered full of ads? What's your thought? Does this website gives a learning environment, creates a learning environment for your students, or it looks cluttered, full of ads and all, distracting? What are your thoughts? आपको ये वेबसाइट देख के कैसा लग रहा है कि इस पे बहुत सारे एड्स हैं या अच्छा मटेरियल है? Anybody, any thoughts? Too much of ads. Okay. Thank you, Sarpaji. Thank you, Pialiji. Distracting. Now see, I'm clicking this button, which is called Enter Immersive Mode. So this is an AI enabled feature with Edge browser. Now see, now is it looks readable? Does it looks now good to give you as a resource for your students to read the notes from here? Is it better now? Do you think it's better now? So is there any ad that you see now? The website is same. The same website I did not do. I just opened Edge browser and I clicked on this button, enter immersive mode. If I exit immersive mode, this is again that website full of ads and distracting. But if I enter immersive mode, even I can teach it in my class, in an online class. I can share my screen and I can teach the content from here. No ads, nothing. It looks more soothing and it looks like as if teacher has prepared the notes and given good font size, everything is good. Moreover, if there are some children, those who feel somebody should read it for them, so they learn better when it is read to them, do have read aloud feature.
Photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is a process by which
So it has voice options. If you want Indian voice, if you want English voice, if you want British accent, if you want to read it in German, other languages, if you want it in Hindi. So you have options here. And you can control the speed also. So if you want a little faster to be read, so I have changed the options. Now see if I play it.
Phototrophs convert light energy into chemical energy, which is later used to fuel cellular activities.
So you have these read aloud features. Other than read aloud features, you have options. If you are an English teacher, you give a passage to the students and tell them that underline all verbs into it. So सपोज दिस इज एन ऑनलाइन शीट, आपने एक पीडीएफ में इसको किया, so पीडीएफ भी एज ब्राउजर के साथ खुल सकती है. So suppose you have a PDF, let me just show that as well. So for example, this is a PDF and I open file location. So this is a PDF and I say right click and I say open with Edge. So I can open a PDF also with Edge browser and have most of the features which I was, so it's a certificate maybe. That's why it doesn't make much sense. But any PDF can also be opened with Edge browser. So if you have your, worksheet of grammar. So for example, you have this worksheet. Now you want children to highlight verbs. You have given them 10 minutes. Now you want to show them the answers. So you turn verb on. It would show all the verbs. If you want to tell them to show adjectives, it would show adjectives in green, adverbs, and nouns. And if you want to teach them syllables, you can teach them syllables also. So this is breaking words into syllables. So it would do that. So a lot of grammar features are there. You have text preferences. If some children are not comfortable reading, they have some disability, you can choose your own kind of background, black on white or whatever. So you have different page themes here. Fonts are here. You can choose fonts. You can choose center alignment, left alignment, column style, word spacing you put. So all these features are there. Text size. Is somebody trying to ask any question? Is there anyone who is trying to ask a question? Your voice is breaking. Who is trying to ask a question? Your voice is breaking. Let me see. You can put your questions in the chat window, please. Okay. So let's move ahead and see. So this is the powers of AI in the Edge browser. Let me come back to the presentation and tell you a few more things. Let me see if somebody has put in any query in the chat window. Okay, no. So you would see that here, even Facebook has invested a huge on AI, which is called deep text. So we keep seeing ads. आपने देखा कभी ऐसा ad Facebook पे they ask क्या आप जानना चाहते हैं आप पिछले जन्म में कौन थे, आप किस हीरो हीरोइन की जैसे दिखते हैं, who matches your personality, what was your zodiac sign in the previous birth year. Have you ever tried these kind of options? Do you see these kind of ads coming? And have you ever taken part in that? So
Yes,
once
yes.
you see that, you are knowingly or unknowingly giving the AI a lot of information about you. Because when you say that I want to check what I was in the previous birth, it asks you to sign in using Facebook. Those are all third-party apps, and when you sign in, you give away a lot of your information to that third party, and that's how our digital footprints, gives away our information to other people. And that's why nowadays our mailbox are full of promotion mails and updates. Those keep coming from these people who gets our data. So AI, Facebook has invested a huge on AI. आप फेसबुक पे भी अगर आप देखेंगे, आप रील्स देखते हैं, और अगर आप एक स्पेसिफिक टाइप की रील्स देखते हैं, so you will get a lot of feeds like that. So Facebook has recently invested a lot into all that. So for an average active user, AI can predict on Facebook the level of intelligence, your religion, mental health, relationship status, sentiment analysis also. So if you are somebody who, suppose there is a young boy or girl who recently had breakup, now the person is searching for quotations related to breakup or relationships and making those kind of posts. So AI would guess that sentiment also and the relationship status, and will keep showing him those kind of in YouTube also. Yes, sentiment analysis and filters are there very much in YouTube. Ruksarji absolutely agreed with you. So definitely AI has to make a lot of impact on us. Now we are towards the end of the presentation. So YouTube you were mentioning, and it's up here on my screen also. I would like to tell you that if you want to learn more about AI, so there is this manual which is here on the CBSE website, and this particular manual has a lot of recommendation. So CBSE AI Manual, if I show you, so it already has given some curriculum. This is for computer teachers and all. So not this one I was looking for. This is integration across subjects. This manual we were looking for. So this is how AI can be integrated across each subject. Now, if you see, this is a very thick manual and a lot of content is given here, and lesson plans and everything is given here. What our team has done, we have simplified it for you. So this is for some activities related to class 6 to 10, then 5, these again 6 to 10. For different subjects, there are lesson plans. So what our team has done for you to go through this 300-page manual and understand how to incorporate AI into your curriculum, we have taken a gist out of it. So there is a tool list which we have figured out the most of the tools which this particular manual is using. So these are AI tools. We have taken them out, and we have taken out that what out of these tools. So these are all the tools which are given in that manual. So there are about 20-30 tools which are very common and very useful for you all to use it. So in the 9 days training, we would talk about both pedagogy and the tools training. So it's an 18-hour course that we are offering to educators, school principals, and all subject teachers. It will be spread over 9 days, and each day we would have a 2-hour session. The idea is to empower all subject teachers. I'm not saying only computer teachers, all subject teachers, to weave AI into pedagogy and to understand how AI can be their friend in the classroom to enhance productivity and learning outcomes. So what we do, what is our usual practice? So from 2nd May, there is a batch which would start. So all the registered participants are added to a Google Classroom. So on that Google Classroom, we do every day a 2-hour session, and we assign an activity. Let's say we have taught you how to develop a machine learning model. And suppose you are a bio teacher and you want to make a machine learning model which classifies plants into herbs, shrubs, and normal trees, whatever, or medicinal plants, whatever. And you want to make a machine learning model. So we would say you that today we have taught you making machine learning model. Pick up any chapter of your subject, or we will give different chapters according to different subjects. Make your machine learning model and submit your assignment on the Google Classroom. So every day after the class, you will get an assignment. You would submit that assignment by the end of the day or before the next class, or you have that space to connect, submit all the assignments after even the 15 days of finish of course, or 10 days of finish of course. I think 10 days window we keep. Once everybody has submitted all the assignments, you also get your certificate of participation, and the certificates are all given to for all participants that you have done this 9 days workshop on AI integration into school curriculum. If you have any doubt, you can put it on the Google Classroom. All the session resources, recording, everything will be shared on the Google Classroom, so that in case later on you need any help. So suppose during the session I am sharing 20 links in the chat window, then you need not to save each of the link with you. You will find them, all the links, on the Google Classroom. So we would set up a proper structured classroom for you, give you daily assignments, we'll take your problems on the Google Classroom. So that's the ideology behind it. It will not be a typical technical training to say. It will be more on pedagogy and integration of tools in the right way in the classroom, so that every subject teacher. So right now I don't have that slide. Our last year's batch with some of the premier institutions of the country, the teachers of geography teacher, chemistry teacher, bio teacher, they wrote in the feedback that this training was imposed to us by our school, and we were really thinking as a bio teacher or as a Google geography teacher, what I have to do with AI. But it was an eye-opening session. I'm so happy that our school made us do this, and we are so now proud of our achievement that we as geography teachers now know what are the 3 domains of AI, how we can use them in the classroom. So for history teachers, let me just show you this one little example. There is a website called Deep Nostalgia. So this particular AI, if you upload a still picture to it, it converts it into an animated picture. So I'm leaving this assignment up to you. You can try it on your own. Yes, there will be content from primary classes also. So see, we have specified it content for primary, junior, senior, even for class teachers. So at some time we have free time with the students in the classroom. We are class teachers and we have to engage them in meaningful activities. It's as simple as you can ask children, have you ever played rock, paper, scissors with a computer, or chess or Ludo with computer? Do you know how that AI works, how computer play with it with you? So there is artificial intelligence, which has a lot of data based on the players who have already played with it. That is its experience bank, and that's how it plays with us. You can also allow children for 5 minutes to play rock, paper, scissors in the classroom and see how that AI works and those beautiful things. This particular AI, it allows you to upload a still picture and it converts it into an animated picture. So now when the history teachers were talking about freedom, 1857 war of that period of 1857, then she wanted to bring in that some real element, how Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose addressed people, what Mahatma Gandhi did. So she picked up some still pictures from Google, uploaded them on this platform and converted them as if those leaders were talking to people. So we showed them how every subject can actually integrate these beautiful AIs into their subject. There is an AI called Infinite Drum Machines, which is very good for physics teachers to teach frequency and amplitude and all those stuff. So when you will do this course with us, you would find that no subject, no teacher is left behind. The actual pedagogy focuses on best practices, how to incorporate digital pedagogies related to AI into your curriculum planning. And we would make sure you have best of the experience and it's worth attending. And as I said, it's not that we are done with the session and it's over. You will be made a part of Google Classroom. We will be sharing all the resources with you. You will be asked to do some assignments so that your learning is registered. You have confidence that I could do it. If you get stuck somewhere in doing the assignments, The trainers would help you on one-to-one basis before or after the class time. And you will be given certificate in collaboration with IIT Bhubaneswar and Super Teacher team. So that's about what we have to offer. We have first batch starting from 2nd May. My colleague has already given the link in the chat window, 5 p.m. onwards. So it's 2 hours every day for 9 days. The course goes on. If you are interested, you can register yourself and find details. If you feel there is a friend of yours who would be interested or will be benefited from this, you can share the details with your friends as well. So thank you so much for joining on a Sunday and being here on a holiday and listening to me. I hope the session could do a little bit of eye-opening for you, how AI is already impacting our lives and how we teachers can leverage most of its powers and make differences in our classroom. Thank you for being wonderful audience. It was really an interactive session. You kept the chat alive, and so happy to have you all here. Sushmita, anything else that you would like to announce?
Nothing, ma'am. Everything is perfect.
Thank you so very much. Thank you, everyone. I'm here for 2 more minutes. If you have any question, please unmute yourself and feel free to ask.
Ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, this is Ruksha Khatun. Ma'am, my question is to you. You have shared 2 website map, which is related to, one is related to how we can actually build our vocabulary, especially for the children. Ma'am, can you just tell me once again? Actually, I missed it, ma'am.
That's a Semantics by Google. I am putting the link in the chat window.
Okay. And one more, ma'am, website you have shared that is look like a game. It starts with,
that's akinator.com.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Welcome. Thank you for your lovely comments. If anyone has any other doubt, please feel free to ask.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, the link for Google Class, ma'am.
So ma'am, once those the teachers, those who will register for 2nd May course, they will be added to the Google Classroom by Super Teacher team, and then you will have access to everything.
Okay. To register of 2nd May, ma'am, what we should do?
Yeah. The link for course registration is in the chat window. You can register, and then once you want to join the course, they will create a Google Classroom for the batch, and the batch starts on 2nd May. You will be made a part of the Google Classroom.
Okay. Ma'am, there's fixed timing, ma'am, for that class.
So as of now, we are thinking of 5 p.m. onwards. So it's
Yes,
actually 5 to 7 in the evening. But if suppose there is a school who wants to do it for all teachers, or there is a group of teachers, those who say that we have summer break in the May and the morning time will suit us, let's say 10 to 12, 11 to 1. Then if we have a big group coming from the same school and they want a specific timing, we can change the timing as well.
But ma'am, for us, it will be hectic because our school will be running till, I think, the 21 May.
Okay, so it's 5 to 7
morning
in
time.
the evening.
Yes, ma'am, that would be more comfortable. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Sushmita, people are asking about.
Very good afternoon, ma'am. This is Anita Pathak. Ma'am, did you hear me?
Yes.
Are you audible? Ma'am, though I teach Hindi, is it applicable or useful for me to this course if I will join it?
Ma'am, please repeat what you said.
I'm a Hindi teacher. I teach Hindi. So is it fruitful or useful for me, my subject?
Yes, ma'am. So there are
a very limited area for me, I think so, na?
So ma'am, not really limited area. It's about how you perceive things. For example, अगर आप बच्चों को संज्ञा पढ़ा रहे हैं, जैसे for example, related to translation, there are many things. Related to matra ka gyan, there are many things. So you have, Kahoots, which have AI-enabled powers. Nowadays, you have quizzes, which have AI-enabled power.
Like so word wall and all, quizzes, word wall. We make
word wall and all.
I do that, ma'am. So I use that word one alone, but
So what we are going to do, this is not a tool training that way. This is what AI enabled features are there in that tool. We are going to focus on that. And secondly, ma'am, if you are a parent, if you are a teacher, you should know these things because CBSE अब अभी मैंने आपको CBSE का मैनुअल दिखाया था.
yes ma'am,
अगर
yes
आप
ma'am, that's
CBSE का मैनुअल देखेंगे तो वहां पर भी हिंदी सब्जेक्ट में बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल दिए हुए हैं.
हाँ वहाँ मैंने देखा है जी मैम.
तो मैम वो सारी चीजें हम आपको वर्कशॉप में प्रैक्टिस कराएंगे and we would give you assignment so that you are confident to use all of that in your classroom.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank
Last
you for
in the
your.
last year's batch also we had
I
about
was there. Yes, yes, ma'am. Last. Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
Sushmita, some people have query about being paid or free course, if you can address that.
Yes, ma'am. So it's a paid course. So the price is around 2,500 per teacher. But if there's any school leader out there and if they want to take for the whole school together, we can talk about it and discuss about it later. Depends on the number of participants. But yeah, if the teacher wants to join individually, the price is 2,500.
Thank you, Sushmita. So for individual, it's 2,500 for 9 days. For school, if there are bulk numbers, then principals can discuss about the discount with the super teacher team. So as I said, ma'am, the course has nothing language specific, Bengali teacher and all. So these are pedagogies that we are going to discuss. Definitely, I showed you Akinator. If suppose you are teaching Bengali and you want your children to make an Akinator who can guess about what script it is, what language part it is. So you can, it's up to you. It's your creativity, how you can use that tool in your classroom. We'll give you examples. So nobody's stopping you that if you're a German teacher, Bengali teacher or Hindi teacher, yes, there will be many resources for you as well. Nidhi ma'am, morning timings would be good as you said, but some of the teachers were saying that they have schools till 21st May. So our first batch is in the evening. If we have more numbers turning up and if they have requirement for the morning timings and we can split the batch into two, we won't mind doing that. Absolutely depends on the number coming up and the in time which they would like to have it. So there is little flexibility. If suppose there is an entire school who wants to come up for all teachers and they want to do it in the morning 10 to 12, we'll be happy to make those kind of arrangements.
All
Yes,
right, ma'am. You can, if please let me know if you have any batch during vacations after 21st May or after 15th May. If you can make it, please let me know about it.
Sure, Sushmita, please let them know. I hope
Yes,
you have
ma'am.
their email IDs.
Definitely.
Yes, ma'am. For primary teachers, pre-primary teachers, middle school, junior school, senior school, all will get a lot of resources to understand. So it's not that the workshop is only for senior school teacher or only for computer teachers. It's a generic course meant to cater all educators across the school system. Like, ma'am, if you feel you were benefited from today's workshop, it was also very generic. I did not target any Hindi teacher or Bengali or German. So the same way you would find all the sessions would be meaningful for you. If there are no more questions, Sushmita, then I think we can close today's session. Thank you so very much once again for joining.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Sushmita, Runa ma'am has a question. She has sent it to me. Runa ma'am, you are from which school? Can you put it? Did you do it with me last year or with Vasu sir? The 9 years day course, then there will be little modifications in the course. Some new elements will be added, but yes, 80% it will be more or less same. Yes, so it will be 80% more or less same because we are just adding a few new AIs. If you did it last year, it will have some new content, not really everything new. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining once again. Yes, you can leave, Priyanka ma'am. Unless you don't have any question, you can now leave for the day. Thank you so much.